Skins are up to 24/7, unfiltered and live on the live feed.
All right, hello everyone. Today I'm back with a little Big Brother video, very little, probably post post. You'll find out how little it is. But I've brought in Isaiah, founder of the Silent Podcast, who's been doing a lot of Big Brother coverage and a lot of opinions on Twitter. And I have called him to join me today because I think there's a lot to talk about in Big Brother. I specifically want to talk about how Cam, a player in Big Brother, is being perceived in the house and outside of the house, what it means to be on feeds versus a casual watcher, and But before we get to that, Isaiah, what do you think of the season?
First and foremost, thank you so much for bringing me here, Cheyenne. It's always great talking to you. I love how many hot takes and how authentic your takes are. So it's always a good time talking to you. But I'm enjoying it because there's a lot more going on. Like around this time, I'm usually really tapped out.
Mhm.
Um, Even though there's like finally starting to become like a good idea of like how the end game might play out, it's like not set in stone. So the less predictable, the better. So I'm
Yeah.
still enjoying it. We're getting our fights. We still have some good characters. It's a good time.
Okay, awesome. And then when it comes to Suri, like, were you a Survivor fan? Do you have any expectations of her going in?
Yeah, so I'm not a Survivor fan. I mean, obviously, I'm a bigger Big Brother fan than anything, but I've
Mhm.
watched like a good amount of Survivor, like more than half of this 45 seasons, which is good. But I love Suri. My connection more so is from her time on Game Changers, and then specifically her recent win on the Traders, where she was just freaking awesome. And I finally understood like the amazingness of Suri because I haven't watched her original season, so she's so good, and I was so excited to see her in this season. I was pretty
Yeah.
psyched. Yeah.
To be honest, they didn't even show how awesome Suri is in her first season. You didn't really see it until maybe the second half. But by the time you saw it, she was gone,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Um, but yeah, okay. I mean, let's go ahead and talk about it. Basically, right now, Big Brother's been pretty freaking great. But every season of Big Brother has its fair amount of controversies. Right now, if you're in those BB Twitter streets, you're going to see a lot about going against Cam, a lot going against, was it AmeriCorey?
Yes.
Uh, the people are out and they're standing, and honestly, the tweets on Twitter have gotten crazy. So, what I really called Isaiah here for is to do a little reality check. So, what's happening in Big Brother is that Cam, one of the most competitive players of the season, he's kind of killing it in competitions, but not much else. He has a severe infatuation with America. But if you're a casual player, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I mean, Isaiah, if you don't mind, I feel like you're the best at this. Can you summarize what Cam's been doing this season?
Sure. I mean, no surprise, Big Brother is not the best with like showing you what's going on. They've kind of taken like a very safe approach to how they edit the show since like 15. So Cameron specifically on like everyone's kind of doing stuff, I'm not gonna lie, but Cameron, he kind of, he has his moments where he just does some dumb stuff, but specifically it's with America. I know a lot of people are pretty upset because America has spent a lot of the season saying like how Cam makes her feel uncomfortable. We see Cam obviously have like this very bizarre like fixation over wanting to be with America, kind of having resentment against Corey. He makes comments like I think he made something about her having to throw more clothes on earlier in the season, and he calls her stupid. I remember a big thing. I don't know if it's a figure of speech where he's from, where like, oh, if you keep saying I'll hit you, and it's a lot of stuff. Out of context or not out of context. Not good stuff. So it's Cam is he's a lot. and since he wins so many competitions, he's obviously in the game week after week, and obviously secured him a spot in finale. I'm sorry, jury. But he's a menace. Like, I'll say he's fine in the aspect of, there's a clear bottom and he can win competitions. He's the only one outside of like the main power structure that can win competitions, so it's always like a wrench. But it's kind of hard to enjoy him because not only is he like not a favorable personality, but like he's a really bad Big Brother player. He's probably one of the worst I've seen in a very long time. You would think like getting eliminated one time would like change something up here, but it didn't. So not good stuff all around, Cheyenne.
This is very true. So what's crazy is that before there was America, there was Riley. So a lot of the animosity towards Cam comes from the first week of Big Brother. Long story short, he blew up Riley's spot, gaslit her to the hells and back. Like, she cried in his arms multiple times, thinking that he was her savior. He was also the reason why she left. And a couple of weeks after his obsession with Riley, he was like into America. After she got into Corey, he started to have this weird complex of wanting America to himself, but they're not showing that that's why he's targeting Corey on the show. The weirdest thing about this is that the entire house knows this. They've acknowledged that Cam's a creep. The long and the short of it is that he's kind of a creepy weirdo. Now, is that evicted? Is that eviction worthy? Is that ejection worthy?
Ejection worthy? No. Well, pause. Yes, if the person's going to like production and like blatant, like I'm number one, go back to Big Brother 18 and you see Frank sexually assault Davine by slapping her butt. I hated Frank. I thought Frank should have been out. But in this situation, I don't think the players necessarily want him out because there's people who are still trying to work with him. There's even moments where America's trying to work with them, so it's complicated. But ultimately, in terms of evictable, absolutely. He rubs a lot of people wrong, even outside of the stuff that he does with women. But like, just he's a lot. The guy's a lot, man. He constantly rubs people the wrong way. Pretty sure he rubbed Matt wrong recently. Just the guy's a lot, man. And like I said, he's a bad player, but he's also just like, I don't know how he is outside of the show, but like, inside the house, he's like, doesn't look good, So, I 100% believe, like, yeah, this guy should be voted out for sure.
Okay. Yes. So that is kind of where I'm coming from, in that what he's doing isn't necessarily new. We kind of saw this on, what was it, Big Brother 16, with Caleb being obsessed with Amber. Christmas was obsessed with Paul.
Oh my God.
There's been it still kills me. There's just been like so many instances of like one-sided relationships in Big Brother.
Yeah.
But the weirdest part about this Cam situation isn't Cam himself, it's Big Brother and CBS. Like, if you're on the feeds on Paramount Plus, for what? No reason, because they cut away from it. If America talks about Cam, it's over. If they talk about Felicia talking to Cam about why she should be saved, why he should go after Corey because he wants America, they're cutting the feuds. So it's like every time America or someone mentions Cam in America, the feud's cut.
Yeah.
That's the most concerning part.
I'm sorry.
No, go.
Yeah, it's I really saw this change from like 15 after like all the racism and the news headlines and everything. But since then, like Big Brother just like feed used to be like, when I say uncensored, in good and bad ways, but like nowadays it's really just safe because they're very afraid of bad publicity. And I saw them like loosening the grips a little bit this season, and then the Luke situation happened and they were like, no, we're going back to cutting everything, so they don't like the feeds to have anything to do with anything remotely controversial, or even if it's like lighthearted, if there's nothing bad going on, if they hear you talk about like race, like I remember Corey in America were talking about like, oh, Cam's possibly like keeping us around because we're white. Oh, cut the feeds. Or like Felicia's like
Oh,
earlier in the season, oh yeah, they're probably all making an all Caucasian alliance. Cut the feeds. Like they don't want anything to do with race, religion, anything remotely close to like allegations. They don't want to see any of that. So you got the rabid fans on social media, like, they see that and they're a whole nother animal. And I don't co-sign Big Brother Canada getting rid of feeds. I want feeds. I love Big Brother Canada. I personally think Canada is way better than America ever since I got in. They cut feeds. And I have my suspicions about it, but it seems like it's
yeah.
because of the fans. Even this season, and tell me if I'm going off track because I can ramble. But I hate that we have to cut these feeds because there's a lot that we're missing out. And then you'll have like rabid fans who like will do something and it almost like validates them cutting feeds. Like even earlier in the season, you got people like finding Heisem's like firm and like trying to mess up his job. Like,
Oh
don't go to
no.
this doctor. He did X, Y, Z. What are y'all doing? It's a TV show. I don't want to go into that because it's a whole ramble. Like I will rant on about stands for a while. But in terms of production, they will cut feeds because they're cowards and they are afraid of controversy. And it's kind of sad because it's like this is a social experiment. We're supposed to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if there's ugly, those people have to face repercussions. But yeah, like we're in a really bad predicament with the state of Big Brother right now.
You are honestly so amazing because that is where I was. That's it's like a never-ending story
Yeah,
because the fans are upset about anything. There's nothing actually wrong with Big Brother right now. Everyone, for the most part, is pretty cool. Like Luke, he said things he should not have said, one word in particular,
yeah.
and he's gone. And so it's like, so now that Cam's like the only major thing that can upset someone, they take it to the nth degree. And so that's kind of where I was thinking. It's like they are hiding things because we're going to go on Twitter and send it to TMZ. So fuck CBS. Who cares? Okay, like and it's weird because do you want it to be family friendly or do you want showmances? Like, which is it?
And I mean, I'm still cool with CBS. Obviously, if you're listening to this, like I don't got no problem with CBS.
Oh,
I'm still gonna be hypercritical
yeah,
though. Like I have no problem. See, look, this is where a lot of people want. They want Big Brother canceled. I don't want Big
no,
Brother canceled. I love Big Brother, but
yes,
like it's not too much just to ask you guys to like run it correctly. Like I wouldn't be. Here's the thing. I wouldn't care if the feeds were cut. If like they edited the show the way that was supposed to be edited, they don't even edit the show right. And the fact that the little bit of feeds we do see can acknowledge that you guys hide or just blatantly cut out a lot of stuff, even like non-controversial stuff. Let's say like they cut out alliances and game talk and all that. It's like, well, why am I watching the show if like the true story is coming from the live feeds? Oh, we can't even see all that anymore. Like it sucks. Even feeds like they're hiding fights now because they were like, oh, we want people to watch the show, so we can't show them the fights. Like, what are we paying to watch? Them eat cereal every day? Like, Cheyenne, like I said, you need to stop me if I'm because I'm going to ramble farther and farther away from the topic. But I have such a problem with the way that they run this show. But that it's a mess, man. It's such a mess.
yeah, yes. I think honestly, that's probably my biggest gripe is that they're taking a part of the story away from us.
Yeah.
Like it feels like this is a pretty big pillar in the format of the season right now. Like I wish I had a kazoo because I am ready for the Cam eviction party, but he's going to leave and probably have like a star next to his name for the season, and people won't know like the one thing that really stood out to the rest of the house. Like you're missing a very key element of him as a player, and probably why one of the reasons why he would be a better jury. You're missing the reasons why he's going to make decisions going forward, and that just kind of sucks.
I mean, even if you look at last season, Paloma was a huge controversial person, yeah, in the show, and obviously she quit and she didn't make jury, but like we never got to see why on the show, and it just painted like, oh, she's not taking medication. She was saying a lot of wild stuff, or even the Kyle situation. It came out of nowhere for casuals because they refused to edit these things until like it blew
Yeah.
up in everyone's faces. Even outside of that, like you can go to who else has been the controversial? Jackson Mickey. All like there's so many people throughout the show. They're like, all right, let's hide it. It'll go away. Oh shoot. They're making it deep in the game. It looks like they might win. People are talking about this in house meetings. Damn it. Now we gotta try to play catch up for weeks of information that we refuse to put on the show
Yeah.
because we wanted to play it safe. Just show everything. Like it, that's just how it works. People are going to be pissed off if you do it or if you don't do it. At this point, you might as well just do it. Like Allison, please do better.
Yes, I think I'm going to end on that note. It's okay to kill your darlings.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Cam to go home. Man, he's going to the jury.
Sad days.
Okay, predictions. Let's finish on who do you think is going to jury next? Personally,
Ooh.
I would love to. I think it'd be very poetic justice if Bowie left next.
Bowie fucking Jane.
It's like Cam and then Bowie Jane.
For me, they said it seems like they're making a big set for something, so I'm expecting a physical comp, which probably means Matter Jag is going to win Yawn, but they're acting like they want to take a shot at AmeriCorey. I don't think they're really going to do it. I'm expecting. See, Blue is so wishy-washy. Sometimes you think she's going to leave, but she doesn't. So
Mm-hmm.
Felicia's definitely probably going to be a pawn. So either Felicia will catch a stray, unfortunately, or if they grow some balls, Corey. But I don't think they're going to actually do it. So,
Yeah.
hey, maybe America wins and makes me look like an idiot on social media. I hope she does. Wake it up, America.
I
Wake it up.
don't, you know, uh, I don't see her winning, unfortunately. But
Me
I mean,
neither.
I don't really have an opinion on Corey or America. They're kind of like, I just feel like, it's like the people who gravitated towards each other in the middle are still together, you
Yeah.
know? So it feels like any of them would just put up Cerie, Felicia, Bowie. I don't think was it Jag, Matt, Corey, America, Blue. I don't think any of them really care about Bowie. They don't care about
I think
Felicia.
in Jag and Matt definitely have Bowie in their corner now. They
Yeah.
can basically control her game, and I think if it's up to them, they would drag her completely to the end. But it's Bowie fucking Jane. Like you never know what she's gonna do next, right? So I can't even predict Bowie for anything. Like she's such an anomaly. Like I just she's weird. Not like she's not bad, but like just a weird character. It's hard to predict how she's gonna move. She just does whatever she wants. So yeah, shout out to Bowie. Okay.
Shout out to the Australian girl. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this little quick video on CBS and Cam and feuds and what is wrong with Big Brother today.
Yes.
It's all of us.
Yes. Pretty much. Why do we still watch this?
All right. Well, you have a lot of things going on. I'm going to list some of the ways to contact you below, but while we're on the call, do you want to talk about any upcoming appearances, Twitter spaces, what you got going on?
Sure. I mean, just to Twitter Spaces. I was told not to do it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. But if you want to follow me on social media, 8 Ball Bangers, the number 8 Ball Bangers on all social media platforms. You can see me. I'm to preface a long list of things. If you want to see me talk about Big Brother or any other TV show, you can come on my channel, Silent Podcast. I'm sure we'll see Cheyenne again before the season ends. It's specifically Big Brother, but Silent Podcast on everything. And occasionally you can find me on Rob Has a Podcast, also talking Big Brother. I recently just talked Love is Blind on there, which also was a fun time. So yeah, thanks for having me, Cheyenne.
Of course. Thanks for coming by and have thanks for coming by. Bye everyone.